Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Kia Simone, and I know I owe y'all a whole bunch of episodes of Married to Medicine, but child, it got to be a drag, but now they is over there dragging each other for real. So let's just get into it. Before we do, please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. And I have to give a shout out to my super thanksers. Shout out to Yvette Greer, Tanya Fuller, Shy Go 2, Plum, and Tyra Daniels. Thank y'all. I really appreciate y'all. Now let's go ahead and get into the review. Episode 9 bored the shit out of me. We had Heavenly and Damon pretending like they get along and they like each other when we know that they don't. I'm sorry to whoever buys into what they're selling. I don't buy it. They could really sell it at somebody else's door, okay? I don't buy into this whole they have this sweet loving marriage where they are talking to each other like patients in a mental ward. No. Audra and Martin, they already married, but they want a wedding because they got married during the panorama and now they want a ceremony. So they're planning some overpriced, over budget wedding, and I guess we're supposed to be impressed. I'm not impressed by $25,000 for flowers. Please, please, please go waste your money somewhere else. And the rest of that episode is Anila and her mama can't get along. We ride along with Dr. Jackie to work. That's all we do with her for 3 episodes, is always in somebody's damn appointment. And Kieran hosting some poke me party for the guys where he's going to offer them massages and Botox and for what? I don't understand why medical professionals feel the need to entertain themselves by poking and prodding. Like, why y'all can't sit down, drink some brown liquor, play some spades, curse each other out for reneging and go home? Like, why? The only thing that really stood out to me about this episode is Toya talking to the spiritual advisor that she's been seeing for the last 6 months or so because she's unhappy in her marriage. And she feels like Eugene has been distant, not emotionally present in their marriage since the panorama happened. And I think while Toya looks selfish, it looks selfish on the surface, like she's just concerned about not getting time. I think what this does highlight is that the flip side of Eugene's service, or anybody who serves on the front line, so to speak, is the sacrifice of the family. Toya is talking about the fact that she feels like Eugene hasn't really been emotionally present within the last year or so. And the spiritual advisor seems to be tying together for Toya that that's probably because of everything he's been going through with working on the front lines, being an emergency doctor during the panorama. And Toya, says she understands that her husband needs a supportive and encouraging wife at this time. She doesn't feel like she knows how to be that when she doesn't feel like that's reciprocated to her. So, we joke and talk about Toya seeming selfish and wanting the marriage to be focused on her all the time. But this kind of gave insight to why she really is sad and what she is missing emotionally in the marriage. So episode 10 is pretty much the same formula, different couples, because it starts out at Simone and Cecil's house with them having couples over to discuss this relationship book that they're writing. But this time, I guess because Contessa and Heavenly them must be on a penalty, now they've invited over Eugene and Toya, Audra and Martin, and Quad. Now, this seems to be where the groundwork is being laid for this whole fight that happened. Now, the first thing that happens at dinner is when Audra and Martin get there, Toya starts picking at them about what they're wearing, about why would you wear a t-shirt and gym shoes to dinner. Audra is in the confessional confused as hell by we just were coming to a girlfriend's house to eat dinner, so I didn't know we were supposed to dress up, and I didn't either. Who in the hell is dressing up like the princess and the frog to go to dinner at their girlfriend's house? Like, girl, bye. So they start having conversation about relationships, and that's when they realize that there's this whole generational gap, especially between Cecil and Simone and Audra and Martin. Audra and Martin were born around 1990, and Cecil and Simone graduated college before that. So they offer a lot of advice to Audra and Martin, who are newlyweds, from the perspective of their 25-year marriage. Well, while they're talking about the importance of respect and communication and friendship in your marriage and yada, 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 Audra uses that to segue into a beef she got with Toya. She says, well, I'm cool with doing all that with my man, but I'm trying to get comfortable with doing that with friends because it's hard to, trust people, especially when you have people like Toya who claim to be your friend, but will say stuff like you're a bad attorney, but they never actually retained your services. Or we'll talk about your outfits. Like Quad told me she was talking about my outfit when we were in Vegas. She was talking about me wearing a Champion sweatsuit. Toya said, well, if we taking left turns to hell, go ahead and hit the gas. Yeah, I said it. We were in Vegas, and I said, well, if we looking our best and we're up here, why are you down here? Like, look at what you had on. So Toya and Audra get to arguing back and forth about Toya loving labels, and Audra is saying, she don't give a damn about labels. She lives on a budget like adults should. And the thing is, if you are fly for real, if you are fashionable for real, you don't have to live in labels. Toya quite often has to announce that she's wearing designer because she never looks as expensive as she costs. And like Quad said in the confessional, Toya's issue is her self-esteem is wrapped up in labels. She's validated by that. And she really is. Toya is president of the Keeping Up with the Joneses Society. So now they're getting loud. They're looking like they're getting ready to move furniture. Simone is getting nervous. So they decide to just change the subject. Eugene said, you know what? We got enough damn bills. I ain't got time to be paying for no furniture that you turn over in here. Let's talk about something else. And Quad brings up how the men maintain their masculinity while being with alpha women. So Eugene takes this opportunity to acknowledge Toya and say first that he married her because she's an alpha woman and he couldn't run over her. And that's something that he really respects about her. And he also takes the opportunity to acknowledge and apologize for not being the kind of partner she needed over the last year or so. And you can see Toya's mood visibly change. Like, she looks really sad. She kind of just shrinks and stays to herself. And as the conversation progresses, Martin is asking about how do you deal with moments when you're really, really upset with your partner. Do you just walk away? Do you kind of just leave in those moments? And that's when Toya finally pipes up and gets some stuff off her chest. Toya said, no, because you can't. That's something I realized once I got married, that you gonna have moments where you don't want them around you. You don't want this mofo to get in this bed with you. You be praying that this mofo don't even come up here. But you can't just get up and go like you used to be able to when you were single. So, no, don't even try to just get up and go because you can't. Well, Toya, tell us how you really feel. So now this is where we get into this whole holla slay, holla slap party. Quad is throwing a big, fabulous holiday housewarming party in her big, fabulous home. Everything is fabulous. Wonderful. So Audra, Martin, Heavenly, they all get there. Everybody's all impressed with the house. Then we have Toya, Eugene, and Toya's girlfriend, Carmitha. Toya got her shady housewarming gift for Quad, just like Quad had her shady gift when she was broke back in the day. Now, after Toya and her crew arrived, Anila and her plus one, this chick named Zaina, arrived. Now, as soon as they get there, Toya starts picking on Anila about her outfit, about why is you in here dressed like a figure skater. Now, Toya, just because the girl is dressed like a figure skater for real, don't mean you got to ask her why she dressed like a damn figure skater. Leave that girl alone. Now, I guess this is just what kicked it all off. So Toya starts picking with Anila. Next thing you know, Heavenly is hosting a live gossip corner. Heavenly is going around asking them, you heard that girl Anila got with her was going around the neighborhood saying that Toya was sleeping with somebody? You heard that? Jackie said, no. So all the ladies go inside and they're sitting around talking. Quad decides to introduce her childhood best friend to the group. When she tries to introduce the girl and talk about how they used to wear the same dresses for Easter when they were kids, Toya jumps in by, yeah, me and my best friend used to do the same thing. Well, I guess this single black female just pissed Audra clean off. Audra said, you know what? I got something for you. I've been waiting on this moment. Audra pulls out her phone and goes Matlock mathematician on the damn girl. She just starts laying out a whole case about Toya's finances, about how she's doing this because she feels like Toya is always in everybody's business, and she tries to get some audience participation, and Quad is like, girl, I ain't getting in that. You is on your own. She said, you know what, hell with your testimony. I got all the facts and evidence I need. I'll lay it out for the jury. I got this. You said you made $1 million when you sold your house, right? Ain't that what you said? Toya said, I ain't never told y'all that. Yeah, you did, Toya. You told everybody that. You said that's why you were selling your house. But anyway, Audra said, yes, you did. Yes, you absolutely did. And of course, they showed the footage of Toya saying, we sold our house. We made $1 million. Audra said, well, let's do the math. You sold for 2.9. You bought for 2.1. That ain't but $800,000. Now, subtract $175,000, I'm assuming for commission sales and fees and things like that. She said that's going to leave you with about $625. All right. Now, let's subtract the 7 liens that have been filed against you in Fulton County, and that's going to leave you in the negative. So, where's the $1 million that you made? Heavenly said, ain't no HIPAA for this kind of shit. Like, they don't have no HIPAA for law. You can just go lay out people's financial portfolio. You can just go tell all their business. You can do that. All Toya said is, it's crazy to me that you would go and just look up people's information. Like, grow up. Now, Toya, you be running around calling people broke, and you be saying you got all the monies. Now, I think this was a bit much to go digging up all the girls' records and what you spent and what you made and who you owed and all that stuff. But I think the point that she was trying to make is you got to be careful how you go throwing rocks when your palace is a house of cards. That kind of thing. But this was a bit much. To first of all go dig that up, then to do this pop-up performance in the middle of this party. Like, I don't know what in the party trick hell this is supposed to be, that you would just decide, you know what, while I have this audience, I would like to tell you all everything I've discovered about this woman. Like, who does that? Well, now the whole vibe is thrown off because the Grinch ain't got shit on Audra. Simone got secondhand embarrassment so bad she done jumped up trying to run off like she been exposed. She trying to grab Toya and take Toya with her. Girl, just come on, let's go. Toya trying to tell her, I'm good. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna behave. Simone ain't worried about your behavior. She is worried that you need medical attention after you've been dragged for financial filth in front of everybody right before Christmas. This just ain't right. They got to calm Simone down more than they got to calm Toya down. So as Toya and Audra are going back and forth, and Toya is asking Audra, why are you so concerned about what I have going on financially? And Audra is telling Toya about how you always trying to down somebody else. Anila interjects herself into the argument and starts asking Toya, why is she being disrespectful? Toya says, ain't no damn body talking to you. Ain't nobody talking to you. Anila says, but you're being disrespectful. This is the point at which Toya's homegirl, Carmitha, wakes up. Carmitha said, no, she's not being disrespectful. You mind your business. Anila said, no one's talking to her. Carmitha said, but I'm talking to you, though. Somebody bring the alarm. So Anila asked her, why are you even sitting here? Carmitha said, because I can. Anila asked Carmitha, oh, you got a problem? Let me tell you something. Anila, that, oh, you got a problem is a battle cry to a black girl. Don't do that. Don't get your ass whooped trying to have a moment, okay? And Toya was in the background telling her the same thing. Toya said, I advise you not to talk to her because you could see the spirit of whoops had completely activated in Carmitha. So I'm gonna suggest you leave her alone. Because at this point, she done jumped up and she's about ready to jump on Anila when Quad runs interference. Quad said, not in my house. Please, please, Please. I ain't asked y'all to take y'all shoes off. I ain't asked y'all to put a quarter in the cup. I ain't asked y'all for nothing except to don't tear my damn furniture up. Anila must realize, yeah, she in dangerous territory. She about to get her whole ass whooped. So she decides, I'm not even about to argue with this goddamn lady because she's going to put foot to my ass. So let me go on back to Toya. So now she wants to argue with Toya about, let's address why you have your friend here that shouldn't be here. Well, why shouldn't she be here? Why is your friend more qualified to be here than her? Why you can bring a +1, but she can't? Now, Anila, at this point to me, I think is just trying to be in the mix and have a moment and have a fight. And she's arguing with Toya about how her +1, Zaina, used to be friends with Toya. And how Toya messed up the friendship that she had with Zaina. And she messed up all the friendships in the neighborhood. It just, girl, what? Toya said, girl, I don't know what you're talking about. Your +1 is no one to me. She's nobody to me. Zaina said, oh, I'm nobody. I'm nobody. You don't want me to open my mouth. That's why you're calling me nobody. So here Heavenly go. That's her cue. Heavenly in the corner whispering to Toya. Yeah, because they ain't gonna have one up over this corner here. Heavenly starts whispering to Toya about, hey, you know they going around the neighborhood saying you sleeping with somebody other than Eugene. You know that, right? Toya said, well, what? Heavenly said, them two over there is running around telling people that you was sleeping with somebody in the neighborhood. Well, Toya heard her good that time. Toya said, one of you is running around telling people I'm sleeping with somebody other than my husband? And that episode ends with her telling them how she gonna take her shoe off and put it in their face, child. It's about to go down. That leads us into this week, where this episode opens up in the middle of them arguing. And now, because Toya is threatening to put foot to face, nobody knows who started this rumor and nobody want nothing to do with it. Zaina is saying, I did not start that. I didn't say that. Toya said, I got something for that. Toya said, you know why? I ain't got time to play these games with y'all. The first thing Toya did was got up and went to her husband. Excuse me, sir. They're over here saying I'm sleeping with some man in the neighborhood, just so you know. She goes to Anila's mama and say, your daughter is over here talking about I'm some man in the neighborhood. Anila mama said, I know she bet. Stop it. So now Anila is really playing dumb. Now, while Toya is over telling Eugene and Anila's mama what's going on, she sees Audra and she mentions to Eugene that this decided she was going to look up all our real estate records to see what we made. Audra must have overheard her, and she starts arguing with her about how she's a real estate attorney and you must not know what real estate attorneys do. And yada. Toya said, but we didn't hire you, bitch. We didn't hire you. Next thing you know, they are arguing back and forth, and Audra got in Toya's face. She runs up on Toya, she's chest bumping her, and she looked like she headbutted Toya as they going back and forth about who got money and where they putting their money and who invested money and what real estate. When Audra chest bumps Toya, Toya mugged her. Just a good, strong get back. Now, I don't blame Toya worth a damn because Audra had no right being in her space like that. I am actually shocked at Toya's level of control. The fact that Toya didn't straight whoop her was impressive. Audra wanted a reaction out of Toya. And as soon as Toya mugged her back, now she's cocking back and ready to let it blow it. That man girl going somewhere. And they having to try to pull Audra back. Toya standing there like, just go ahead and play it. Simone found Martin somewhere in the corner, say, come here, come get your wife and let's go. Quad's aunt is carrying on and going off. Y'all can't be disrespecting this girl house like this. She worked too hard. She did too much. Y'all can't be disrespecting her house like this. If this was her house, she'd have put every damn body out. It was a time. So now everybody's leaving. Heavenly and Damon are leaving and headed to the car. And them bitches in there fighting. I'm just glad I wasn't in it. You started it. Contessa's off to the side trying to talk to Toya about, girl, don't mess up your 13-year marriage. Toya said, but there's nothing going on to mess it up. Like, child, Contessa halfway believed this shit. Contessa said they playing a real dangerous game with these rumors that they passing around that this ain't cool because it's hard for a woman to come back from the rumor of cheating on her husband. So then we see the ladies get together in groups to rehash what happened. So we have Anila, Audra, and Heavenly getting together at Anila's house. And then we have Contessa, Toya, and Simone getting together at a restaurant. So Heavenly asked Audra, why would you do that? Why would you put all her business on Front Street? Audra said, well, because I'm tired of her. Every time we get together, she got something to say about somebody, and I'm sick of it. And Heavenly asked her, well, ain't no HIPAA laws against that? Like, because we got HIPAA laws in the medical field. Y'all ain't got no laws against that in the legal field. You can just go telling somebody's business all kinds of ways. She said, yeah, because it's public information. You can go look this up. So I just decided to do a presentation of public information. At the restaurant, Contessa just wanted to know, how the hell did y'all get to throwing blows, and did that girl hit you? Toya said, well, what happened was she jumped up in my face. She was in my personal space, and that went like it went. Simone said, well, Toya, you swung first. Toya said, first of all, it was not a swing, okay? It was not a swing. It was a good get out my face. It was a good old back up mug, okay? And Audra is who violated Toya. Audra had no right or reason to be in Toya's personal space the way that she was. She was in her personal space in an aggressive manner, presenting an imminent threat. As a lawyer, she should know much better. Anything you get once you enter that bubble, including ass whoopings, is yours to keep. So no, I wouldn't say Toya swung first. No, Toya was violated, and she asked this girl to back up out her space. That's what happened. So back at Anila's house, Anila is bringing up to Heavenly that she's the one who started all this shit. And Heavenly said, no, I ain't started nothing. I told her because I wanted her to know so that y'all could squash it. No, what happened was this girl was getting ready to throw some shit in Toya's face that she didn't know was being said about her behind her back. And Heavenly likes some messy shit. And Heavenly don't mind getting in some messy shit. And Heavenly said, no, girl, let me tell you what's going on. Let me even the scope. Heavenly said, I only told her so she would be informed so that she could squash it. And for the record, I don't believe it either. Anila said, I don't believe it. I don't believe it either. And I didn't start it. I don't know where it came from. If lying ass was a person, and Heavenly says, so you brought that girl Zayna and you didn't know she was going to say nothing about these rumors about Toya. Anila said, no, absolutely not. I brought her innocently. We just live in the same neighborhood. She wanted a ride. Have you seen gas prices? So at the restaurant, Toya is filling Contessa and Simone in on what was actually being said because Contessa is just like, girl, I don't know what was going on. I was eating my damn free s'mores and shit, and y'all started fighting. So what exactly was happening? And Contessa told her, she was saying that there are these rumors going around the neighborhood that I was sleeping with some guy. And Contessa said, my issue with stuff like that is when people tell you, I heard a rumor, the I heard is you. You are the rumor. You started the rumor came from you. Simone said, well, while we're discussing it, how does Eugene feel about these rumors? Is Eugene okay? Toya said, Eugene is fine because little do y'all know, me and Eugene got a real understanding. Me and Eugene talk. And we have this understanding that if either of us are really, really unhappy, we will come to each other, we will talk it out, and if we can't work it out, we will be the best of friends, so there's no need to cheat. Toya said, that's why I thought they were talking about Quad. I didn't think they were talking about me. I thought they were talking about Quad. Contessa said, wait a minute, what? What you mean you thought they were talking about Quad? Toya said, girl, yeah. Why do you think Heavenly is always on her channel talking about Quad sleeps with married men? Contessa says, Simone, what is girl here talking about? Simone said, yeah, they said she was sleeping with one of her contractors. Yeah. Toya said, oh yeah, we about to get this heat up off of me. Oh yes, ma'am. Oh, you didn't know? Yeah, that's how she got all that work done in her house. She paying all right. Quad is gonna whoop your whole ass. But child, that's all right, because Quad got something for her ass. Quad got something for Toya ass, all right? You gonna be out here telling people I sleep with married men. All right. All right. Well, how about this? We fast forward through the episode because it was a whole bunch of bullshit. We saw the guys go to work. I don't want to go to work with these men. Like, just like I don't want to go to work with Dr. Jackie. I'm tired of going to these people damn appointments with them and seeing people cock up and lay back and everything that's going on with them, and they uncomfortable in the appointment and we uncomfortable with them. I'm tired of this shit. Take us to happy hour after you clock out. We don't want to see these damn doctors at work. But anyway, we fast forward and see that Anila's house got broken into, right? Child, she posted on social media. She said how they stole all kinds of valuables. And she knows that this had to be a targeted attack because she lives in a guarded, gated community. They skipped a whole bunch of houses and came to hers. And so, of course, she's going around talking to the ladies about it, about what's going on, and her house got robbed. She can't believe this. And the conclusion that Quad is helping her come to is, well, if y'all live in a gated community and this person watched and targeted your home, and it's not somebody you know, and it's not somebody that you let in, it must be somebody in your neighborhood that let them in. And didn't you have beef with Toya recently? I said, what in the HOA mafia hell is going on? What? This is the kind of stuff that's going on in the gated community, that you go from accusing this one of sleeping with the married men in the neighborhood and that one of sleeping with the married men in the neighborhood, to the retaliation for the accusations being, I'm going to have somebody break in your house and steal all your expensive stuff. What kind of life y'all living? Now, just like it's a very heavy accusation to accuse somebody of knowingly sleeping with married men, it is a very heavy accusation to conspire with criminals to break and enter and rob people's home. Girl, remind me to never beef with y'all, because y'all go too damn far. Now, having said all that, it might also be Anila mama. Now, Anila has been beefing with her mama for the last 3 episodes, and in this episode, she about lost it with her mama. Told her, you got to go. I'm tired of you. You tear up the house worse than the churn. I brought you here for help, but you are raising hell, and I need you to go. And so her mama been real pissed off, and so, hell, since we just throwing random accusations out there, maybe your mama just tore the house up on her way out. In between beefing, we did also get to see Miss Quad celebrate her brother's memory with her family. And her nephew is adorable. I love that little boy. He is the cutest little thing. He is such an old man in a baby's body. Now, child, we'll see next week when they play this game of Clue who they think got something to do with this. Eugene is home working out, talking trash about this looks personal. Anytime it's personal, that means you done something to them. So what did they do to the people? And Toya says, well, I don't know. What do they do other than lie on people? Eugene said, exactly. Lord, somebody help Eugene. You ain't supposed to tell on yourself on the camp, but just especially when Heavenly and Quad already on the phone speculating about now how they been fighting, and 2 days later, somebody is breaking in her house, stealing all her stuff. Child, that was a setup. Child, we'll see who they think did it next week. But that's it. That's all. And I ain't got no more. As always, thank you so much for coming down here, listening to me, and letting me get this off my chest. Please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. And in the meantime, until next time, I love you and I mean it. Bye.